Hi everyone. So I hope you've received all your kit and these are the threads and this is the Mother's Day kit. It's a canvas with the design printed on it. We will first start with the rose. Now this is a pinwheel stitch. So you see the wheel in front of in the center. So you start from the center and you go to the edge of the circle. And you do that across the all the lines on the pinwheel. Once you finish that, I just want you to also keep in mind before you start stitching, you take the thread as long as your arm's length and tie a knot at the end of the thread. Then you start stitching. Once you finish all these lines, what you will do is you will come up again on the canvas with the needle, and then you will look at alternate stitches. So when we get to that point, I will tell you. I hope you're finding it comfortable to work with the needle and thread on this canvas. It is a soft canvas and it's very easily available in the market. If you want to practice anything else, you can. So here you see I'm taking the thread from the alternate lines on the wheel. So I'm passing the needle from below the alternate lines and I'm pulling the thread gently. You don't have to be very tight with pulling the thread, otherwise your rose will come out very tight. This is one way of doing the rose. So again, you can be very focused and watch the video. I'm going in the same manner from under the alternate stitches on the wheel. So embroidery is all about slowing down. You do it slowly and steadily. You will always make some mistakes, but you can keep moving forward so that, and you can cover them up sooner or later, or you stop and you redo the entire thing. Over here, you can see that I have passed the thread in a wrong manner. So what I'll do is I'll just carry on and I will keep moving forward. And that space which is looking empty will get covered. It won't look shabby at all. So I hope you're enjoying this process, and it is slow, but it is still very interesting about how it makes you feel when you are doing one stitch at a time. This stitch is called Pinwheel Stitch. Typically, it is used in floral designs, and it's very beautiful in the way it comes out towards the end. Now we'll do the next flower. We can do the next flower where I'm going to start with French knots. Now to do the French knots, you come up and then you wrap the thread on the needle some 4 times and you go back to the spot next to from where you came out. Again, you come up, you use your other hand and hold the thread tight and then wrap the thread around the needle 4 times and then go back to the next spot. It requires practice, but it is not difficult to finish this. In this way, we'll repeat the French knot again. You can see it very clearly about how I'm doing this. It is just a matter of practice and you will get it. It is a beautiful stitch, again typically used in floral art, embroidery works. You can see I did a mistake again, but I am still moving on. I'm still trying not to get stuck and uh, carrying forward with what I'm doing. So one by one we finish we'll do the French knot around the circle, and post this what we are going to learn is chain stitch. For the chain stitch you will thread the needle double. So you will make both ends of the thread meet and tie a knot. So you want a thick thread. So you'll have two threads passing through. I hope you understood what I am saying. You will loop the needle with the thread and you will tie a knot at the end of the thread, tying both the ends of the thread. You will see how I'm working with the needle now. So can you see I'm using two ends of the thread and tying a knot. So now we come back on the line and we do a big chain stitch. So we come back and then we go to the alternate line. And then when we form a loop, we come back in the center line. And very carefully with a loose hand, we take a nice chain stitch. So it becomes like a petal of the rose. Use your other hand and make the loop settle well. And we repeat the same chain stitch until the flower looks full and neat. I hope you're enjoying the background music with this video. I hope that this process of doing this Mother's Day kit is making you feel relaxed and calm, and it's bringing out the creativity in you. Let me know in the comments. I'm always available to talk. I would love to know your feedback about how we could improve this video. If you have any questions about this, you can message me or comment below here. I will clarify your doubts. One stitch at a time, you keep moving forward. Sometimes you might feel like, it's not coming out well. You might get stuck, but it's always easy to resolve this. You can just end it immediately with tying the knot at the back and start afresh. And then you see how I am finishing. I've changed my thread color to give a deeper effect to the rose. You can continue with the same color, but if you feel like you want to use another shade of pink, you can do that. You get a shaded thread also, pink shaded thread also, which is available in the shops or on Amazon. You can buy that and make a nice colorful shaded rose as well. So before the roses, I prefer this to the pinwheel, but however, pinwheel is slightly more easier to do for the rose. But if you practice, you will be able to do this as well. And that's it with the rose. Okay, so now we'll move on to a French knot again at the center of this white flower. So depending on the size of the center, you want to fill it up fully. So you can add one French knot or two French knots or three French knots. Um, it's totally up to you about as to how you want to do this. So here, since I'm not able to fill the entire circle with one, I'm going to do three French knots. So the key in doing the French knot is you have to use your other hand and hold the thread tight. That is when the French knot will come out beautiful. If it is wrapped around the needle, holding the thread tight. Next, we will move to satin stitch for the petals of the flower. Here we are going to use the white thread. Satin stitch is nothing but just filling the shape of the petal. So you can easily see I'm just going up and down on the canvas. So, but the key is for a petal, you will start in the center of the petal always. Always start in the center of the petal and move towards the left or towards the right. So when you do the next petal as well, you start at the center of the petal. That is how the neatness of the flower will come out. Now, sometimes what will happen is if your thread is a bit longer, you might end up with a knot like this. But it is easy to resolve it. So you pull the thread out and you insert the needle and you try to yank it. And it's easy to open the thread out. If it doesn't, you just simply cut the knot and pack the embroidery and at the back with a knot and restart from where you have stopped. So this is how you'll finish the flower one petal at a time. So you saw that I started at the center of the flower for the next petal also. So every time you start a new petal, you start at the center of the petal. So guys, it is important to cover the black lines also. So just make sure that when you are coming up with your needle, you come up a little on the outside of the drawing so that your black line is fully covered. We will now move on to making the leaf. For the leaf, again, you come to the center of the leaf where at the tip of the leaf, and then you come halfway on the center line. And then you come out on your left or your right, and then you keep moving one stitch down from the center line. You'll see how I'm doing it. It looks very pretty once the leaf is done. The green in the embroidery, the leaves in the embroidery add a lot of beauty to the botanical drawing. So you see how pretty it looks when you keep just doing it in a repetitive way. Doing the leaves is one of my favorite stitches. Alright, so the next stitch is stem stitch. So you come up on the line of the letter and then you go back to the center of the base of the previous stitch. So just try and keep the side from which you're going down below the previous stitch the same. Don't change the side. So if you see, I'm going on the left, from the left, and I go down below in the center. If I keep changing my sides, the stem stitch won't look nice. It's very rhythmic and it's a very beautiful way of doing the stems. So in lettering, especially, stem stitch looks really beautiful. We will be outlining the entire word mom with the stem stitch. But in the center, we'll be using split stitch. Split stitch is you come up and then you go to the center of the previous stitch from above. That is what you mean by split stitch. You'll be splitting this previous stitch from the center. So you'll be going right in between the previous stitch. That is why it is called split stitch. Now when it comes to curves in a letter, you should take very small stitches. You continue with the same stitch, but take very small stitches, and that's it. Alright, so I hope you've enjoyed the previous stitches and I hope you like your artwork. Please send me pictures if you can on my YouTube channel in the comments below. I'd like to hear from you.